everyone, we are live. Welcome to another episode of the Technicolor Mike B Show on YouTube. So it is Saturday, and we are live here on YouTube. Let me just get my windows moved around so I can see everything. So today's design theme is a rainbow in the clouds. I sort of figured it would be a sky thing and things you see in the sky. So that will be today's theme of the show. So how is everyone doing? We are halfway through the weekend. Don't know where today went. I was up early and at the grocery store around 7 a.m. and the first thing I noticed was they had signs up on the store saying they are returning to more normal-like hours. Instead of being open just 12 hours a day, they're going to be open 18 hours. So I can do my grocery run at 11 o'clock now. They won't be closing at 8:30, and get the shopping out of the way when it's more convenient for me than trying to get up and rush the morning and get to the store before the crowds. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about being able to go grocery shopping more times of the day. Now it's not quite 24 hours yet. And I haven't seen if the Walmart or any other stores are following in Giant's footsteps of extending their hours. I hope they do, because this 7 a.m. till 8:30 p.m. window to do all of your shopping, your work for the day, and anything else you need to get done is really challenging. I need to be able to do things at 9, 10 o'clock in the evening. It's 9 o'clock now, and I'm just now getting to my daily video. And let's see, at the grocery store, my goal was to get a few lunch or dinner meats picked out, and I wanted chicken and ribs and hamburgers is probably the meals I was thinking of getting. And I was looking at the steaks, and they had some very nice looking New York strip steaks that were thick. And it's like the last few weeks I've been going to the grocery store, and if they had New York strip steaks, they were like paper thin. I'm like, please, I don't just want a quarter-pound steak, I want a pound steak. And so these were very nice looking, and then I flipped it over and said, $22 a pound, no thank you. I do not pay $22 a pound for a steak that I have to cook myself. I don't know who's paying those prices. I'm used to paying, like when it's on sale, $7.99, maybe $11.99, but no, I'm not paying $22.99 a pound for a steak. No thank you. I'll stick with something cheaper. I hope this is just a temporary thing, because those really did look like some nice steaks, just not worth $23 a pound. So yeah, that was my day, how I got started. Got a nap in, made some burgers for lunch, and had some lamb chop for dinner done on the grill, and tried to come up with a design for today. I've meant to look and see how many designs I've done. We're going on, let's see, we started in March. We're at the 3-month mark, or will be 3-month mark on like Tuesday. And so that's 90 designs I've done since this began, and I'm running out of things I haven't done yet. Even though adding the balloon makes a contribution to it where it's going to be a different design or different flair to it, and I am trying to simplify the designs, so not making them like photorealistic, maybe more cartoony. So The design will be different if I repeat things from before, but still I like variety and try not to do too many repeat designs. So we came up with today's rainbow in the clouds design, and I thought I could do a butterfly balloon and an airplane balloon, and I do have some jokes somewhere queued up, I think. So which one should I do first? Let's go with the butterfly, because yeah, I don't know why I'll do the butterfly first. Just, it was one of the designs. When I tell people, when they ask what balloons I could do, it's dog, cat, monkey, penguin, flower, butterfly. So butterfly is one of the first designs I usually mention, and although butterflies is popular face painting, I just don't like butterflies is my design for the day. So I don't know. I just didn't want to do a butterfly on myself, I guess. That's the long and short of it. So let's pull out a few balloons that we can work with today. We could use that one, and we could go with that one. Okay, that should be enough balloons, and I guess we're doing the flutterby first. Yes, the flutterby. I don't know, like, when I started calling them flutterbys, I have fun with the kids, and I call them flutterbys, and they correct me and say, no, they're butterflies, and I said, yeah, that's what I said, flutterbys. Yeah, just a way to have fun while doing balloons, and just keep the kids entertained, showing how smart you are. So we could start with the jokes, and I guess I didn't write where they came from. I think these were from Boys Life, but I don't remember for sure. How do people think of new cloud jokes? Where do all these jokes come from? How do people come up with jokes about clouds? Well, to be honest with you, I don't have the foggiest idea. So we have two balloons, we tied them together, they're not fully inflated, they have little dangly ends that go blah 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 blah. Those make good antennas when they wobble around like that. So we take the balloon, and so now we have part of a butterfly. Why shouldn't you eat chili in the winter time? No, apparently you shouldn't be eating chili during the winter. Well, chili, just by its name, you can tell it is something that would make you even colder on a winter day, and you don't want things that would make you colder in the winter, now would you? So we just inflated a 160 balloon and attach it to the top of the other balloon, and now we sort of have the basic shape of the butterfly. Let's see. I want a different color. I want a different color. So I'll grab this color. What do you call a male hurricane? Yes, if it's a hurricane, then the male version would be the himicane. Yes, the himicane. Just to be gender unbiased. We'll have the boy names and the girl names, and when it's a boy name, it will be the himicane, and when it's a girl, it will be the hurricane. So we'll just attach this balloon and straighten everything up. Give it all a nice shaping. So there is the butterfly without a face, so we can put a face on it. Why was it so hot at the baseball game? Yes, they are restarting baseball and it's very hot in the stands, or actually any sport these days are very hot in the stadium because, well, there are no fans to keep things cool. So here is my butterfly with the floppy antennas. I can give them little poodle tips. How do birds find out about the conditions outside their treehouse? Yes, the bird wants to know what the weather is like outside its treehouse, its birdhouse. It will log in and check the Feather Channel. Why did the thermometer go to college? Yes, even the thermometer needed to go to college to get its education. Well, while it was there, it earned a higher degree. So now the butterfly has little Billy Bopper antennas that bounce around even more as it flutters by. Yes, your flutterby. So that is today's butterfly design. We will set it aside for a minute. What do you call a bear that loves the rain? Yes, if you have a bear that really loves the rain, well, that would be your drizzly bear. Yes, your drizzly bear loves the rain. Why don't ghosts like the rain? No, ghosts do not like rain. They say it really dampens their spirits. Oh, did I tell you we're starting on the second balloon? It will be an airplane or jet or something like that. I never know which vehicle it is. It's all up to the kids' imagination. Why were the students happy that their science teacher said they would have a test today, rain or shine? Yes, they were so happy the teacher said it would be rain or shine because, well, it was snowing and that meant no test. The teacher didn't say there would be a test if it was snowing. Caught him in a technicality. So we have the basic shape of part of the airplane. Now we need the rest of it. Tie it in a circle, cut it in half, flip it until you have the number 8 or infinity or your bow tie. And work it inside, and now you have wings on your plane. And I usually like to add one more thing to my planes, see if I can find one. And I usually don't tell the kids what I'm adding until after I do it. They will see it soon enough. this. I make a little person to be the pilot of my airplane so I can fly around. Now I usually have just put whatever design I feel like. Sometimes it's a Mickey Mouse, sometimes it's a superhero, and I can give the wings a nice gentle curve. So that the plane can fly like the butterfly did. To soar through the clouds, past the rainbow. So those are the balloons for today. The airplane or jet and the flutterby. Yes, 2 balloons for designs that you'd see up in the sky by the clouds and the rainbows. The flutterby and the plane. So those are the designs for today. And yeah, if I really wanted to and the event was right and I had the time, I could make them fancier. I could make the plane bigger, put on, make it a bi-wing or anything else. It all depends on how much time I have when it comes to doing balloons or even face painting. It's about capacity. I'm one person, and if I'm hired to do an event and there's going to be 35 kids there, I need to know that I'm going to be there long enough to get through all 35 kids, and that first kid might be in line and then all 34 other kids are waiting around for their turn. So speed is important, and I'm trying to get designs I could do in about 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. Sometimes I'm lucky and I'll have a party that's going to be 10 kids, and I have the same hour and a half that I had for the 35 kids. And that means those kids can get bigger balloons, fancier balloons, or a second balloon. When it's a huge party, it's like, okay, we're going to make these as simple as possible and just speed right through. I do find, like, when I'm doing balloons, practicing at home or doing them, that I'm slower because there's no rush, there's no urgency to it. But when I have a line of 10 kids in front of me, I'm trying to be a little bit faster. I'm aware of the fact they're waiting. There might be fewer jokes and other things that we're talking about, just to speed up the process to get through the line quickly. So it's like, yeah, no 2 parties are exactly the same when it comes to how much time I have with the kids and what kind of designs I am able to make or am limited to making. Although I see it, my job is being a consultant. So when a customer calls me saying, hey, I'd like to have you come to the party, we're thinking of having you there for about an hour. Okay, that's great. Tell me a little bit about the party, how many kids you have, what other activities are planned. And based on that information, I will make a recommendation. I'll say, well, you know, based on the size of your party, I think I should be there about 2 hours. And that will give me enough time to do this with all the kids. Or so it's like, I don't just point blank, they said they wanted someone for an hour, say, oh sure, we'll book you for an hour. It's like, I try to make sure it's an appropriate amount of time for the activities they want, because they want their guests to be happy at the end of the day. And what makes them happy is getting a balloon, getting their turn, getting entertained, and not just sort of waiting in line. I think of it as sort of like, if you're going to buy a cake and you know you have 30 kids, you're not going to buy a cake that's only big enough for 20 and say, well, The first 20 will get cake, and the last 10, oh well. So I sort of think it's the same way when it comes to entertainment. I want all 30 kids to get equal opportunities at the entertainment. So, yep, that's what I do when I'm at a party or when I'm talking to a customer. I will help them make their party more successful by getting an understanding of how old are the kids, how many kids, when, like, are they the local neighborhood kids or are they the distant relatives? The neighborhood kids can all show up at 2 o'clock and be pretty on time, but if you have all of the cousins coming from 100 miles away, they might be 20 minutes late, 30 minutes late. So it's like, again, I'm trying to help them optimize their party. You say the party begins at 2 o'clock. Well, I know that when people are coming from far away and they have their soccer games and other activities, they might be there at 2:45. Not everyone shows up right at 2. So I don't want to be the first guest at a party. It has happened before. I've been at parties for 20 minutes where the two people there are the birthday child and their brother or sister, and we're waiting for all the guests to arrive. That makes it hard on everyone because I'll usually have another event to get to when it's done, and so I can't just stay an extra hour because the guests were an hour late. So I would rather tell them, okay, tell your guests the party starts at 2, I will be there at 3. By then all the guests will have arrived and hopefully no one is already trying to head out the door. So yeah, that's just how I do my events, and I just don't accept what they initially say they think they want. I help them plan a better event. So that is the end of today's episode of the Technicolor Mike B Show. I hope you enjoyed watching how the airplane and the butterfly balloons were created. Until next time, when I'll probably have another face paint design, more jokes, more things to talk about, and pick a different balloon to share. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, and goodbye. This has been Technicolor Mike B, your host. Thanks for watching. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile.